My name is Jeff. I'm with Dan, and we're doing a simple video on the POS screen. Uh, there are some assumptions. We hope that you've actually watched some videos on the business settings, how to work around with the business settings. You've also watched the video on how to add a product and list the product and make the product available for purchasing. So the first thing that we will actually advise everyone to do is that once you've watched those videos, you should be able to enjoy this part of the next video. So now, before you open any account or before you actually start the day, you need to have a cash register. So normally when you actually open or you actually click on the POS screen, which is located at the top right hand corner, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fourth button, just with those 4 squares as an icon and POS written. Before you actually click on there, please make sure that you know exactly how much cash you have handy, because prior to clicking on this, it will ask you to open your cash register. What does this mean? Cash register is how much money you are starting it with in a day. So if you are starting with nothing, just type in 0. If you are starting with 100 cedis, just type starting with 100. For the benefit of this lecture, tutorial, we will not see that screen because we have already opened the POS so many times today. But normally, once you click on POS, the screen that will come will be register, and you put in the amount. And once you put in the amount, it will bring you to that screen. The reason why you need to open that register and put put the right amount in is because at the end of the day, it will let you know how much profit you have made, or how much balance is left, because you can't start the day with 100 cedis and end up with anything less than 100 cedis. So if you need any money for change, that's where you put that. So the POS screen is very simple. I'll start from the top left hand corner, location. Depending on your account that you are have access to, or the user that have access to, if for example, if your account is only allowed to access the certain branch, you only see a certain branch. If your account is allowed to access 2 branches, you just click on there and you'll be able to see the stock. If you notice, the stock has changed depending on your brand, your branch location. Yes. So if it's Accra, you notice that Accra has also changed there. And so that is the location, making sure that you are selling from the right location and branch. The next is your timestamp, what time it is at the moment. The next is the icon. If you put your mouse over it, it tells you the simple shortcuts. So for example, F4 on that list shows you that how to add a quick product. So you can add a product done all from the screen. You can do a quick product add from the screen. Same applies to even walk-in customers. So by default, the walk-in customer is who is at the location what's in the POS. If an existing customer comes and has an account, you just tap in here and just say, okay, ACOS, and you'll be able to type in the user's detail and pick it. So let's just say, let me look for it. ACOS or Hene, yes, or let me. I don't even know if there's a P on this list yet. Yes. So if it's a walk-in, you can just simply go back to there. But if you're looking for an existing customer, you just type the name, and it's good enough. It will look for that if that's on the list. And if the user is not on the list and you want to add a customer, you don't have to go back. You just click on your add button to bring add customer list. There's a whole video on how to do this, but very simple. You just bring on add. Customer ID is not necessary. If there's a customer group you want to do that, that's fine. And you just put in the details, Mr. Then say Dan. That everything else is not needed, but what is important is the phone number. If you have SMS enabled, please remember to add +233, then before you continue adding the rest. So +233, then the person, no need for 233, no need for plus, just 233, then the phone number. If there's an alternative number, if there's an email, which is good because you need the right email for to be able to make sure that the person receives the email thing. Date of birth assigned to, if you want to assign, you can leave this as 0, but if you want to assign the person to to a staff member, which is fine. It's really great for CRM purposes, so for those with CRM plan. But by default, you just need the name, the first name, the phone number, and email address, I would say. But if you just want to get the name and the phone number, that's that. But what is really important is those ones with asterisks, which is their first name and phone number. These are very, very important. The customer ID can be auto-generated. And obviously, if you want to add more information, it automatically opens more sheets. But this is how to just add a user. I'll bring it again. If you want to add a phone number, it's 233, then the phone number. Exclude the 0, and that's it. So we just click on save. That was our good. So once you save, the name already shows there, and you make the sale. From there, if you are looking for a product, you can excuse me, you can search for the product name. You can search, or if you have a barcode scanner, you can just that. If you don't have the product, you can even add the product right from the POS screen if you have access to do that. So this is a simple, short version of adding product, taking stock, blah 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 blah. You can add it from here if you have access to that. But otherwise, you can search product by product name, by product ID, or you can even use this screen where you can search by category if there's anything, or you can search by brand name. So let's just say all category, and the brand name is, let's say it's in Johnson and Johnson, then that. But by default, all the products will show there. All the products will show there. So if you want to make a sale, once you find the product you're looking for, either through here, or for example, Andrews. There, Andrews liver salt. There. If you don't want to use that one, you can even just go. If you see it here, you just click on it here, and it's the same thing. From there, you just add the total quantity that you want to sell, and as you can see, as you add, it increases, and it increases, and it increases, and that is it. All right. Basically, that's it. Now, how do we pay? The quick way of paying is through cash. Right. So I'll do the cash one, then I'll make another sale, and we'll do the other one. So if you want to pay by cash, you just click on that. Oh, yes. So why is this opening? Because I added so because if you have WhatsApp enabled, I think I failed to mention this earlier on in some of the videos. If you have WhatsApp enabled, it will be able to send the receipt via WhatsApp.
Wow.
It will be able to send receipt by SMS, and it will be able to send the receipt by email.
That's good.
And you'll be able to print the receipts too.
Also.
So I forgot to mention that in other videos. So that's why the reason why WhatsApp was opening was because it was sending the receipt to that WhatsApp part. So there's a whole video of setting that up for a thing. But by default, the receipt will print. And once it's printed, you will be able to see what details. It will tell you cash here, and that is it. There, yes. So let's just try to make another sale, and just let's assume this time the person wants to pay by mobile money. So you can click on multi-pay, and this is a create sheet. So this is very simple. So there are two ways of doing multi-pay. Let's just assume the person is paying us, is the cost of the product is 117. So we want together with what's the name, VAT, 210, right? So it comes to multi-pay that, but the person gave us 500, let's say 250, right? So you just put 250 there, and what will happen is that it will tell us the change that we're supposed to give the person.
Okay.
Yes. So the person has bought 2 items, and that the person has bought multi-pay.
Is it the same with cash?
No, cash is cash. You just take it, and cash you have to do it by yourself. So by you see this, the payment method is cash. So if you want to use and be able to tell the thing, to be able to tell that, don't click on this. This cash is for quick.
Yes, quick transaction.
Quick transaction. But if you want, you can use multi-pay, which has the list of more things. So if you want, exactly.
Yes. So I think some users will prefer this, so that it tells them
how much change. Yes. How much change they want to that, and you just that. So he has this one has card, If you notice, it will be able to give you all that. This one has check, where you'll be able to check number. This one has bank transfer, where you'll be able to put those bank details. And if you have your custom fields enabled, you'll be able to put in your mobile money transactions there, your MoneyGram. You remember we put in MoneyGram, those payments. Exactly. Yeah.
So with the mobile money, does it send a prompt to the user?
No. This is, you remember the mobile money field. This mobile money field is what is typed in the custom payment field.
Okay.
So this is all manual.
Okay.
So it doesn't send any prompt to anyone.
Okay.
This is saying that the person sent us mobile money.
Okay.
And their payment method was mobile money.
Just
and
for
that's
purposes of record.
Purpose of record. Yes. And you can create these things in the custom field.
Okay.
Or yes, for admin users. Now, so let's just say the person paid us Vodafone cash, and we'll put in those details there. Change return. You can put in how you made the change. Did you pay the person by the change? This is how transparent this is. Did you give the change by mobile money? Someone can give change by mobile money.
Yeah.
So you can choose, okay, I paid the person back by mobile money. Then you put the transaction details of the change.
Wow.
Or you can just say, okay, cash, and then that is it. This is for change. If you want to put any other sale note, you can put it here. If you put any other sale note, you can just put that here, and you just finalize. It's going to open. Okay, it's not going to open WhatsApp anymore because this was a working customer. But now you see in the transaction it has Vodafone cash.
Exactly.
It has the transaction detail, so it shows that. So now another scenario for the POS. What if someone is paying me part payment? So for example, the person has come to buy Andrew's liver salt, and the person says, you know what, I only have 10 CDs in my mobile money, and the rest I have in cash. Exactly. You can use the same scenario. You pay multiple pay, and you say, okay, cash, the person is giving me 10 CDs. Then you add another payment row.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And say, okay, and it automatically tell you how much is due. Yes. And say mobile money. So I can say, okay, the person paid me 20 CDs, right?
Yes.
So he paid me cash there. You can add another payment row. By the time you add another payment, it tell you how much is due. Then say, okay, fine, I'm going to pay by Vodafone cash. So you can add multiple payments, as many as payments, so as far as they make you your sale, then you're done. I hope it makes sense.
Yes.
So for example, so once you're there, you just click on finalize, and that is it. So to tell you all the modes that are all in the receipt.
Makes
this
a
will
lot
also
of sense.
So if you have email enabled, this will be sent via email. If you have WhatsApp enabled, to be sent by WhatsApp. If you have SMS enabled, to be sent by SMS, and so on and so forth. So that is it. Quotation is quotation, card is card, and if you want to see the recent transactions we've just spoken about, these are all. You see, we did a Bradan one, we did a walk-in. So this just gives you an overview of what you have to do. If you want to add an expense, you can add an expense right from the POS screen.
Yeah.
And just by so you can literally do mini management from here without going back to the main dashboard. So here you can add a product, here you can add a customer, here you can add expenses, and so on. You can also go full screen by clicking on this blue button, and it will give you the full screen.
Wow.
Yes, so it will feel like a proper POS screen. That is the whole point of that. You also have your calculator here. If you don't believe in the accounting, you can do your own calculator and see how you want to that.
This is super.
Yes. Dan, do you have any questions for us?
This is super.
Excuse me. Yep.
No questions. I think
Yes.
it's well explained.
Yes, it is. Yes. You also have registered details, so you'll be able to see how much sales you have made in the registry, cash in hand. So you see, we made some Vodafone cash thing. So right there and there, you'll be able to see those transactions if you have any. Remember, we used MoneyGram some time back.
Yes.
You'll be able to see that. You will see details of products that have been sold. 100 delivered, sold. We've sold 11 so far.
This one makes you your own accountant and
exactly. So even as a cashier,
auditor.
Exactly. So as a cashier, you'll be able to, at the end of the day, this before your boss or everybody sees, you'll be able to see a breakdown of your day sales. before your boss sees all these details. This is
So
very
if you
hard.
make shortages, you get by yourself
Exactly.
before you
Exactly.
even get called out.
Exactly. Yeah. One thing I just realized I never explained is this. Let me make one sale. This is also depending on if your business is set up for that. If you come to multi-pay, for example, if this amount is cash, you can send it to a payment account. For example, if this was sent to bank, or let's just say even cash, right? And you say, okay, this was sent straight to our mobile money account. You can specify which mobile money account. And this is, I'll explain this later in another video of that, but that's what it is for. If your business is set up for payment accounts, this is a great way which you can also pick that. By default, you don't have to. Danny, I will explain that in a second video of how it is. But this is another scenario where you can choose the payment method and choose the payment account too. Or you can just choose the payment account and pick that it goes straight into the payment account. What this means is this. This means that the person paid through mobile money and is going straight into their mobile money account. This means that business owners will be able to just pick up their Momo and they will see the exact account balance in there.
Sure.
Yes. All right. So thank you very much, and thanks for using SikaPOS.